Nobody says what Jesus says. There is no other major world religion in which the founder says, I am God. You need to know that. Jesus' declaration of his divinity is without precedent or peer in any major world religion that has ever existed on planet Earth. I'll give two examples. They, John 10:33, answered him, it is not for a good work that we're going to stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God. Jesus here is on trial, right? Everyone is watching. The reporters are taking notes. The press is present. The religious leaders have convened. And Jesus is on trial. And the world is sort of waiting for his responding. Jesus, rumor has it that you keep saying, you're God. How do you plead? Jesus says, what have I done? They said, it's not what you've done, it's what you've said. Let me tell you this. Jesus fed the hungry. He healed the sick. He loved the outcast. But we didn't murder him for that. We murdered him for stating that he was God. And they say, it is not for your works, it is for your words that we are going to stone you. And they call that blasphemy, which is a human being declaring themselves to be God. In the next section as well, in Mark's gospel, we read the high priest. This is the religious leader. Right? This is a legal proceeding. This is a public meeting. There is great growing fervor and frenzy around Jesus. Is he God? Is he not God? Is he saying he's God? Is he saying he's not God? So they bring Jesus on trial. God comes to earth, we put him on trial. Had to be weird, right? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you, you? I do, right? I do. They asked him, are you the Christ? That is anointed of the Holy Spirit, the Son of the Blessed, the Son of God. And Jesus said, I am. That is something that God said to a man named Moses back in Exodus chapter 3, verse 14. Many, many years prior, God's people were in slavery and bondage in a nation called Egypt to a man who was worshiped as God named Pharaoh. God raises up a man named Moses and says, you need to go deliver my people so they can be free to worship me. Moses asks, when I show up, who should I say has sent me? God speaks to him and says, tell them that I am. The uncaused cause, the independent God of the universe has sent you. So when Jesus arrives and he says, I am, he is saying, I am the God of the Old Testament. I am the God of Moses. I am the God of deliverance. I am, and you will see the Son of Man. That is a designation that comes from the book of Daniel. Hundreds of years prior, the prophet Daniel wrote about the Son of Man. Daniel has this extraordinary experience where he gets to gaze into the heavens and he sees God in all glory being worshiped by angels and ruling and reigning with unprecedented, unparalleled, unpeered authority. And what he sees is one who is, quote, like the Son of Man. And the Son of Man is God who looks like a human being and enters into human history to unveil and usher in a kingdom that overtakes all nations. Jesus arrives and he says on some 80 occasions, this is his favorite title and self-designation, he is the Son of Man. He is the Son of Man, seated at the right hand of power. He is ruling and reigning at the right hand of God the Father and coming with the clouds of heaven. Well, at this, they say, well, we can excuse all the other witnesses. Jesus, tell us who you are. Happy to. I am the Christ. I am the Son of Man. I am God, come to the earth. And so in hearing him, the high priest tore his garments. This is rebuke and mourning. This is a deep, profound emotional response. And said, what further witnesses do we need? There's no need to testify. Under oath, Jesus has just said he's God. You have heard his blasphemy. This guy says he's God. What is your decision? And they all condemned him as deserving death. That would be my question to you today. What is your decision? God brought you here today to make a decision. Who do you say that Jesus Christ is? Jesus said he was God. Jesus was put to death for saying that he was God. The most important thing about you is what you think about Jesus. The most important decision you will ever make is your decision about Jesus. I love you. It's an honor to have you. But ultimately, all of human history and all of your eternal destiny comes down to you and Jesus and what is your decision regarding his declaration.